Hello everyone, this is the daily devotional video for May 12th, 2017. Our passage for today is in the book of Luke, chapter 5, reading verses 1 through 11. Now so it was, as the multitude pressed about him to hear the word of God, that he stood by the lake of Gennesaret, and saw two boats standing by the lake. But the fishermen had gone from them and were washing their nets. Then he got into one of the boats, which was Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the multitudes from the boat. Now when he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, "Launch out into the deep, and let down your nets for a catch." But Simon answered and said to him, "Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net." And when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and the net was breaking. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both the boats, so they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees, saying, "Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord." For he and all who were with him were astonished at the catch of fish which they had taken. And so also were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who were partners with Simon. And Jesus said to Simon, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you will catch men." So when they had brought their boats to land, they forsook all and followed him. I want to touch on something here, and it may touch on it in the devotional as well. But to one thing that jumps out at me, because those of you who know me know I love to act. I'm an actor. I was born to be an actor. I love to act. And the one thing that jumps out at me is this part here, verses 4 through 5. Because Simon Peter had been out all night. Fishing was his living. That was how he made his money, fed his family, had a place to live, was all based on the fish he caught. He was out the entire night on that same lake, probably in that same area, fishing all night long, and hadn't caught a thing. And Simon Peter probably had worries of, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to keep a roof over our head? How am I going to provide for them if I can't catch any fish? So I can feel Simon Peter's frustration. I can feel it. Be out all night, not getting any sleep, trying so hard to catch something to take care of his family, and having caught nothing. And being there by the lake the next morning, empty nets, thinking, what am I going to do? And here comes Jesus. Jesus got into Simon's boat, asked him to go out in the water a little bit away from the land. They did. Jesus sat down in the boat, taught the people in the boat. Verse 4. This is Luke chapter 5, verse 4. Now when Jesus had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, "Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch." I would have been like, "You're kidding me, right? Don't do this to me. I have been out here all freaking night trying to catch anything, and nothing, the fish are not biting. I was out here all night trying this. Don't sit there and tell me to go and let them in for a catch. Unless you want to see empty nets come back up out of the water." I can just imagine Simon Peter's, just his frustration, his annoyance. But I love his obedience. He says, Simon answered and said to him, verse 5, Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net. He's saying, you know what? I'm tired. I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. But because you say so, I'll try. And I feel like that's what God asks of us. God's just saying, just trust me. I realize you've done this time and time and time again, and you've not been a success at it. But trust me. Try one more time. Give it one more chance. Tomorrow's a new day. And God gives you unlimited do-overs, and that part of the passage just always jumps out at me because I can understand what Simon Peter must have felt in that moment when Jesus was like, this is this for a catch. I would be like, really? Really? I did that all night and nothing happened. But I love that Simon Peter said, you know what, nevertheless, because you say so, I'll try again. So I want to just point that out too before we get into the devotional. Okay, so now, the title for today's devotional is Why We Hesitate to Trust. On the Sea of Galilee, the optimal time of the day for fishing had passed hours earlier. So the fishermen were now cleaning their nets along the shore. But at the request of an itinerant preacher, one lowered his into the water. The reward for Peter's trust was a record-breaking and net-breaking catch. As believers, we likewise want success in overcoming doubts so that we can courageously follow God. But sometimes we rely on our own faculties to decide whether or not we will trust Him. Perhaps what He's asking of us seems unreasonable to us. For instance, the principle of tithing goes against human wisdom. When we give God 1/10 of our income, He makes the remaining 90% spread further than a hoarded 100% could. In other situations, we hesitate to trust the Lord because our knowledge or our experience contradicts His plan. All of Peter's expertise indicated that fishing at such an hour would be useless. Sometimes God challenges believers to act, even when they do not understand how they can be successful. Listening to others' opinions is another stumbling block to unswerving faith. There is a time for seeking godly counsel, but when the Lord makes His will clear, we are to act. We're not to pick up the phone to ask a few friends what they think. No opinion matters except that of Jehovah, who does not make mistakes in presenting His plan. The next time you find yourself in doubt, think about what is causing you to hesitate. Then you can pray specifically to overcome the faith hurdle and move on, knowing that God blesses the steps we take to follow Him. That is an amazing devotional. I hope you guys are learning and growing from these. I hope they're a blessing to you and an encouragement to you in your walk with God. I love you all so much. Have a blessed day. I will see you back here again tomorrow.